Master 9000, velocity 243.
Right, hello, welcome to the Avis A320 again. We're currently flying for Australia. I've departed Melbourne. We're from Melbourne Centre right now on the, what's it called, ATC. We're currently kind of flying through a cloud layer, so we're just at the bottom of that, descending through. We're cleared down to 13,000, flight level 130, on the Alexei 5 Zulu arrival, I believe, which is specific for runway 05. And we've programmed the RNAV X-ray approach, which is a curved approach with a relatively short file, probably about 3 or 4 miles, so it's still not what we would call a short approach, but it just means we don't have the 10 mile of VAF that we normally would have. So yeah, you can see that program there. We've got the endpoint of our descent is at the blue arrow. We've got decel phase here. This is passing below 10,000. Further decel here is there's some speed constraints. We have to meet 230, 135, etc.
Continue approach.
Getting a nice solid 40 frames per second right now, which is quite good. And actually on departure we were getting 35 plus at Melbourne, which I think has some photogrammetry. So I'm quite happy with that. I feel like they must have done something server side as well.
Skyway 6318, is that a missed intercept?
We've just changed some options on behest of the video from 320 Sim Pilot. So in our airline options, I've changed a few things. So sim settings, airframe, DDRMIs, analog because I like having this ball fig, it's really fun. Metric, standby altitude, don't need that. We've got FLS on, so that's this weird ILS readout. You can now see the dotted line on final approach there. It works for RNAV basically. FMS landing system. Auto TCAS is always on. L lateral deviation I've got on as well. Don't know what that does. Y hydraulic steering was good because it basically meant if you have an engine out on short final, you can still steer the aircraft. Even if you apply the parking brake, it doesn't show a display. We don't have to recharge the green system each time. Nav and go around is also active. That seems to be of advantage if you're doing a full go around, that the plane will automatically engage nav mode. Ice detection and brake fans also on. We can actually turn off the cabin visibility. We're just flying Jetstar right now, so it doesn't really make a difference. So we don't need cabin lights either. Controls, we've got the disconnect there. So I can turn that on actually. Auto door, auto jetway, EVIS barrows linked. We've got all the readouts and then the meters, hectopascals and kilograms. So that's fine there. Rover wise, we've got the chart here, starred, Alexei 3 Zulu RNAV arrival. So it's Alexei 3 Zulu, we're just hitting Alexei now. We can then descend down to Ridma, Lunga, and then it's join final. Airport elevation's 20 feet. From Alexei we turn right, track to Ridma, Ridma Lunga, and then RNAV Zulu 05, potentially. So actually we might change to Zulu approach from X-ray. Communications failure, if IMC, contact Adelaide approach on telephone number. That is very common actually these days. In my PPL training is the first thing, if we have a communications failure outside controlled airspace and we need entry into the control zone, give the tower a call. It's the best thing you can do. It re-establishes a radio communication, and it means you don't have to sit there worrying about a diversion, a potential very expensive taxi ride home, or trying to fix the radio or something like that. So yeah, call the tower if able. If not able, squawk 7600, comply with the vertical lateral requirement, track via latest star to the nominated runway and fly the most suitable approach. If that happens, then you likely will be getting light signals on final approach. So they'll be pointing, they'll see you've got squawk 7600 and you'll get a green flashing light from the airport to say continue approach, and then you'll get a solid green light when they say clear to land. And then flashing white light to take you back to the apron. Just descending down close to the ground, we've got 37 frames per second now. Was that for me? I can't remember, I was talking too much. Probably me. Was that for Jetstar 287? Oh, I missed that again. you're trying to contact 287, sorry, I think we just blocked each other.
Just at 287, affirm, decent fire to start 9,000. Adelaide QNH 998.
Send by the star 9000, QNH 998, thanks, sorry.
127, 7 miles to Erdon, pan right heading 140 degrees, maintain 3000, still established, cleared RLS, runway 13 right approach. Pan right heading 140, maintain 3000, still established, cleared RLS, 13 right approach, 127.
Right, Jetstar 287, could we get RNAV X-ray approach, runway 05?
Just one can update our arrival into Adelaide for the start. 2 wind.
Yeah, everyone's blocking each other now. Right, I'm going to put terrain radar on, we're just flying through some cloud again. Weather-wise, it is looking a bit dodgy. We've got 8 kilometers visibility, light rain. So yeah, that's the arrival. Let's look at the Zulu approach. Zulu approach-wise, there's no LNAV QNH temperature required, LNAV VNAV procedural temporal range between -5 to 61, we're well within those limits. 230, 185.
You can make a right turn up to 180 degrees.
The X-ray approach, which is more interesting, we're just going to be Ogogo directly in.
Yeah, we're already in 127.
Straight landing, 1.9 kilometers. We need a runway visibility range of.
No worries, mate. It's all good.
Something like that. Anywho.
122, vacate right for enable.
Back to my flight. YPAD 80, YPAD uniform.
Velocity 243,
290847. That's the time and the date. Runway 05, wind 360 degrees 11 knots. Visibility 6 kilometers. Weather, light rain plus cloud, scattered 037. Temperatures 14 in the QNH 998.
Fenix 122, vacating Alpha 4.
There we go, all good. We're just coming through that cloud now. That was a scattered 037, so we're going to be in this cloud now until 3,700 feet. Obviously, it's quite a tall cloud, but that seems to be the cloud base. Descend on start to 5,000, Jetstar 287.
Jetstar 671, star clearance. Was that for Jetstar 671 or Qantas 671? Qantas 671. But it can't be Qantas 671. Qantas 671, star clearance, Galaxy 3 Zulu, arrival runway 05, when ready, descent to 9,000, Adelaide QNH, 998.
We're already on 998, so I'm going to set that back in here.
Approach 05, can we just hit the star again one more time, please?
That's all set up.
3 Zulu arrival, Duke's transition.
Plane's going to start decelerating to 230 knots at this point here.
Alexi 3 Zulu star and Duke's transition to the RNAV 05 at QNH 09.
It's raining. We're above 250 knots, so we don't need to put that.
43 from London, cleared RNAV Zulu, runway 05 approach. From London, cleared RNAV 05.
And Melbourne Jetstar 724 request for descent.
Jetstar 724 descent to 9,000. Sydney QNH 1005.
9,000 1005, Jetstar 724.
Jetstar 287 request.
Jetstar 287, go ahead.
Jetstar 287, we'd like RNAV X-ray if possible.
Jetstar 287, acknowledge, bring the RNAV X-ray runway 05 approach.
Expect RNAV X-ray 05, thanks, Jetstar 287.
Jetstar 287, that would require an amended size of the Alexi 3 X-ray as well. Do you want the amended star or just that track direct to the IAF in the initial?
Would it be possible to do routing Ridma, Lunga or Gugu, Jetstar 287?
Jetstar 287, re-cleared direct Agugu for the RNAV X-ray runway 05 approach.
Fly direct Agugu, RNAV X-ray 05, Jetstar 287.
Jetstar 287, you can descend now to 3,000.
Descend to 3,000, Jetstar 287. Okay, so we're cleared direct to the fix. We're then down to 3,000. The rain's coming in now. We've got a decel here to 185. So I'm actually going to take the plane, speed away from the plane.
Descent to 5,000, break, qantas 27, runway 16 right, clear for me.
Get the charts up, so we're now on this chart here. We're going Ogugu at 3,000 and then continue down after this AD028, blah blah blah. Weather-wise, expecting it to be absolutely disastrous. Then you can already see the rain there streaking down the windscreen. That's actually going to engage the wipers. Wipers won't engage, too fast. There you go. If you turn the wipers on at such a speed, you're just going to end up blasting them off.
And Qantas 671, 10 nautical miles, top of the descent. Qantas 671, I gave you descent to 9,000 as part of this dark zone, just given 89 and 98. What was that saying? 9,000, Q&A, 998, Qantas 671.
Sensor low, velocity 37 Charlie, request IFR.
We're going to start getting a slowdown in the FPS because it is just a bit weather intense.
Charlie, g'day, Melbourne Centre, stand by for clearance.
We've got a full photogrammetry Adelaide, we've got clouds being rendered all around us even though we can't see them, so this is maybe something Microsoft would save on, is there's no need to render individual clouds.
43, number 1,
but I will.
05, clear to land.
So now that we're below 10,000 by a long way, landing lights on, taxi light on to takeoff, and runway tunnel flights on, seatbelt signs are activated and the cabin crew is alerted.
87 from Ogugu. Cleared RNAV X-ray, runway 05 approach.
From Ogugu, cleared RNAV X-ray 05 approach, velocity to, Jetstar 287. Oh, I hear too many call signs now. So, descending now. This refresh rate on the CPU needs improvement. It is annoying. Like, if you watch this quickly, I'm going to switch it over to the GPU rendering quickly. The problem is, when we switch to GPU rendering, we lose about 10 frames per second up here, but this becomes much nicer.
Center Qantas 122 signing off, thanks for your ATC, have a good night.
Gotcha.
Flaps 1.
127 vacated on Bravo 10,
Since the restriction is 185, we need to do flaps 1. There's one on final ahead.
127, welcome to Sydney, taxi Bravo, crossing
approach armed, and this time rather than getting final app mode and nav app, we're getting FLOC and FGS, so basically it's acting like the RNAV is a full localizer system. So we got FLOC, F localizer, and FGS, so it's a calculated localizer and a calculated glide slope done by the FMS, so pretty neat stuff. Let's do flaps 2. Then we'll hold 185 knots.
Melbourne Centre, New Zealand 244.
Starting to turn right on track.
New Zealand 244, g'day Melbourne Centre, hold position.
Hold position, New Zealand 244.
Actually, rendering on the GPU seems to be okay. We've got about 60% usage on both items there. So we're now flying to Ogugu.
Melbourne Centre, g'day, Jetstar 534. Any chance you're looking after Melbourne? Jetstar 534 negative, Melbourne airspace uncontrolled at this time.
So that's the only problem about FGS, it doesn't actually allow us to continue on the final approach track.
534.
So it's only going to actually clear us when we're actually...
New Zealand 244, which runway were you planning for your departure?
I was headed for runway 25.
New Zealand 244, that's fine, I can work with that, your clearance is now available.
Go ahead to the clearance, New Zealand
1500, let's clear that there.
New Zealand 244 cleared to Wellington by Corley flight plan route into departure runway 25.
Landing system.
5000.
Oh, we need the landing system, there we go.
Departures would need 129.8.
clear to Wellington, Corley flight zone, Red Sydney 2 departure, runway 25, climb via SID 5000, squawk 1201 and departures with you on this frequency.
7.5 miles to go.
244.
New Zealand 244, thanks, taxi to runway 25, report ready.
Taxi runway 25, New Zealand 244.
Jetstar 724, turn right heading 07.
Spoilers armed.
Right 070, Jetstar 724.
There's FGSF lock. So we can set this back up to the missed approach altitude, which is 3800. Take the highest.
Correction, Jetstar 287, your number 2, expect late landing clearance.
Number 2, thanks, Jetstar 287, expect late. Gear down. 5 miles to go, there's the runway inside, flaps full. Speed to the aircraft. No. That's why I didn't do anything. Stupid. It actually adjusts our landing at our speed to keep the glide path very nicely.
724, you're right, reset 5000, or do we need lower?
Expecting late clearance, we've got 17 knots slightly from the left, we've got one just there.
MBA.
Easy, all good.
There's him there.
Which is conveniently now, you can descend now to 3000.
T10 3000, just at 724.
Visual with the runway, so actually we could switch to a visual approach by this point. Good.
Jetstar 287, runway 05, case on air.
Clear land 05, Jetstar 287.
Velocity 243, welcome to Adelaide. Taxi Alpha Kilo Tango Baby Choice.
Alpha Kilo Baby Choice.
Minimum 300.
Continue.
200.
And New Zealand 244 ready.
100.
New Zealand 244, fly runway heading at runway 25, clear to take off, report in.
50, 40, 30, 20.
Runway 25, clear for takeoff, report Avon at New Zealand 244.
Touchdown.
Jetstar 724, 7 miles to Erdis, turn right heading 130 degrees. Maintain 3000 until established, cleared ILS, runway 16 right approach, report established.
Bit of madness there. Let's not
Sorry,
make head
Jetstar
onto the
724,
runway.
you're pretty quiet then, can you repeat?
Jetstar 724, 6 miles to Erdis, turn right heading 140. Maintain 3000 until established, cleared ILS, runway 16 right approach.
Right 140, cleared ILS, we'll maintain 3000, Jetstar 724.
Jetstar 287, welcome to Adelaide. You can taxi Alpha Kilo Tango Bay of your choice.
Alpha Kilo Tango Bay of choice, second. Jetstar 287, thanks.
Center, velocity 37 Charlie, we are clear the bait, correction Sydney 2 departure, squawk 1156, and we're also ready for push and start.
Velocity 37 Charlie, thanks, pushback approved.
Push approved, velocity 37 Charlie.
Alpha Kilo Tango. Right here then.
for the correction, Nissan 244.
Just had to fix the problem with not having enough sound during taxi.
Velocity 244, thanks, identified. Climb to flight level 350, resume own navigation, track direct call, leave flight plan route.
Climb flight level 350,
Stay 10,
navigation, direct call, leave flight plan route, Nissan 244.
We're at 27, we're all parked up, just want to say thanks for the great service. No worries at all, have a fantastic time. Just 724.
That's us.
From a 16 right, clear to land.
Runway 16 right, clear to land, Jetstar 724.
Flaps coming back up.
All stations, Melbourne Centre is closing on the hour.
Okay, that's 15 minutes. Right, we didn't turn the APU on, that's fine, we'll just do engines off. Oh, there we go. Okay, jetway connected. Passengers going away. Windows open. Lovely. Frames are down to nothing.